Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about Django templates such as rendering, passing values, conditional, and loops. So if you come and see my project here, here I have created a new project, and here is one of the apps called Users app, which will be displaying all the users in the browser. So here I have gone to the settings of Python, and I have also registered in the installed apps. So now I need to go to URLs and add it as users or just an empty string. Since we don't have this URLs, we need to create this in the app. Just quickly copy this. So I'll just remove the unnecessary one. We don't need this also. So the first thing what I will do is I will try to render view view in the HTML. So for that I will import from Django users import views. That is this particular view file. So currently it doesn't have anything. We will create a function and try to display some text on the browser. So here I will views dot list users. So basically this is a function which is called when you particular call this particular app. This is the first thing which is gets called. So now the list users is a function which we don't have. We need to create this in users in the use.py file. So now we want to render certain text on the browser. So the first thing what you can do is you can there are many ways actually to render text on the browser. The simplest thing I will show you as an example is HTTP response. Django. So now what I'll do, I'll just run this project. So now you can see that the hello Django text is displaying on the browser. But what the one thing what is this is just for this particular function, this particular object HTTP response just sends the text response, just press the response on the browser screen. But what we want is we want to pass some dynamic values to this thing. So in this particular stage, this may not be sufficient. For that, we need to use something else. So for that, there is another function. There is another function called render. So we will be using. I'll just comment this, and I'll show you how to use a render function. And here in the render, we first need to pass the request object. So this is the first thing you need to pass. The second thing is the template path. The path to your template which is located. So the template is basically an HTML file. So in this case, what I'll do is I can use users slash list.html. So this is what we can do. And the third parameter is actually the data which you will be sending, which we'll discuss in the later tutorial. So now where can I create this particular list.html file? So for that you need to go to users app, and inside that you need to create a new folder called templates. So one thing you need to make sure that you need to create the folder with the same name as templates, because Django specifically looks for this particular folder in each and every app. So if this particular template folder is present, then Django will consider this as a folder which has all the template files. And you can also configure the templates whichever you can wherever you can locate. You are free to locate your templates wherever you want. For that you can specify in the settings.py file. But for now, by default, Django looks for template folder for all your templates. So it's better to keep all your HTML files inside this particular folder. Inside the templates, I will create another folder by the name of the app users, and inside this I can create an HTML file list.html, and here I'll just render an HTML. what we actually did was here we don't but here in the render section we don't provide the full path of the templates folder, because anyway Django will be looking in the templates folder. So we are providing the path from the user slash list.html. That's it. We will not be considering the templates folder. So Django will automatically append that. So now we'll save this and reload our screen, and you can see that the users is getting displayed now. So now we can render some data in the HTML. This is basically beneficial when you have a lot of data, because in the in the real time example we will not be sending any string. We will be displaying all the HTML puts and all. So here you can add some of your HTML. For example, I'll create a simple list here. So all these things will be displayed. Coming to the next part, if you want to render, if you want to pass some dynamic values to the particular template, then how you're going to do it? So for that there is a third parameter for here in the views.py file, that is the context which you'll be passing. Though basically this context will be a dictionary, and here I will pass a dictionary like info. I will create this dictionary here, and here you want to pass the user list via the users, and basically this will be an list, and within the list we will be having a dictionary. Here will be the name, so just give them the age. So now we have created a particular list here, and if you want to display this in the in the template, so you're going to need to loop over it. So looping, basically what happens is you must have like in Python you use for in loop. So here you need to use the same loop, but the structure is a bit different. So here what you can do is you have to use, since this is a template language, so this is a bit different. So here it's a curly bracket, then the percentage you have to use for, followed by item in, and here it will not be info.users. So this info.users, so this is wrong, as you cannot access the info dictionary here, but you can access the users. So here you must use users, as you are directly passing from here this section, and then you must indicate end for, which is the indication for loop getting ended. And in the item, if you want to display the name for rendering some text, you have to use a double curly brackets, and for doing some conditional or looping and checking, you need to use curly bracket and percentage. That one thing. And here what you can do is item dot name, and here will be item dot age. I'll save this and remove this excess one. Again I'll reload it. So now you can see that we are getting all our users with their age and all. One thing another thing what happens is, now I am passing list. Suppose if I want to pass a dictionary here, so that also you can do. So suppose there is a valid information, so total, and you can also pass a single value like string. So for example, I'm just taking an address here. So now in order to render this, you got to come here, and you can just render it as a valid dot was the total amount. And if you want to render the particular the text, then you can single value, then you can use full address like this, and if I reload, You can see the reading entity and also address. So now coming up with the next thing regarding conditional statements. So you can use if, else, if in the template also. For that, I'll just take you an example like in the age section, I'll give you different ages. So now what we're going to do is we'll make a condition here that only the people above 18 years can be displayed in the loop. So within this you have to create a if statement. If this is the particular item, the particular row we get, the particular object we get, and dot age should be greater than equal to 18, and then you have to, at the end you have to mention the end of if statement by doing end if. So refresh, and you can see that only those users above 18 years will be displayed. So we can use either way also. For example, we can specify a particular person as aged or underaged person, like that. So for that we can do some changes here. So first thing is I will just comment this. So to comment this you have to use curly brackets and hash. So this whole thing is so it is commented now, so it is not working here. What we'll do is we can use if else statement also here, and here I'll provide some condition here inside the in the list element. So I use the same thing logic, but I'll also use the else part also. So suppose if he's more than 18, so you can just add a simple text like can vote, and then if it is less than 18, then you can use is underage. Now refresh your page. So this was all about Django templates and the basics regarding how to render, passing values, conditional looping. If you do like my channel, consider subscribing and hit a like button. Thank you.